Hello and welcome back to the channel for another College TF review. Today I'll be doing a double review of two figures from Season 7 of the Clone Wars in Star Wars The Vintage Collection, that being Darth Maul and his Mandalore appearance, and the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain, who are under the leadership of Darth Maul, of course, in those episodes as he claims the Darksaber from the leader of the Vizsla clan. So these guys look pretty awesome. I've been waiting to get them for a little while, so glad to have them in hand. You can get yours from All Time Toy Store. Check out the link in the description below to check out these figures. And let's get into this review. As always, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It keeps these reviews coming. So let's start with the big bad leader himself, the indestructible Darth Maul. Looks pretty good there in the bubble. Nice blue background, cool shot of him on the side here. Kind of, it looks almost like a combination between that superb Season 7 animation along with maybe almost a little bit of live action rendition there. I mean, the animation in that last season was fantastic. Here's the back of the card back. See, it's VC 201. Very nice. These guys were earlier in the wave. Just haven't had a chance to pick them up yet, so let's crack them out of the packaging. Definitely a nice looking card for this guy. And that was not my best work. Oh well. Put this to the side, and let's take a look. So he's got his lightsaber, or lightsabers, either way. The double-bladed lightsaber of Darth Maul that he can separate into two individual blades. Looking really good. Let's get out those blades first. It's always the trickiest part, removing the tape. This one I can probably just, yeah, there we go. And here's the other blades. So here's the big part of the blade, I guess. It looks very nice, silver and black paint. And the red, transparent red, looks fantastic. It is a nice flexible plastic. Doesn't feel too brittle, but it is definitely a little bit on the delicate side. And then here's his standard lightsaber that he uses throughout most of Clone Wars. Looks very nice, nice silver paint. I will say there is some red, it's transparent red showing through there. And then this peg is red. I would have liked if they could have painted that. But of course the paint probably would have worn off over time. Let's see, you should be able to integrate these into one another very nicely. And there you have his full Season 7 lightsaber. Very nice, very nice. And let's get Maul himself out. Come back from, seems like, being cut in half would kill you, but not if you're Darth Maul. What makes him such a formidable opponent. And yeah, that face sculpt looks fantastic. Very nice kind of amalgamation of his cartoon look along with that live action costume. Very nice. His proportions actually look pretty good. It's believable that it could be a real life person. Some of the Clone Wars proportions, of course, are the more anime style, so certainly sometimes they look a little bit skinnier than you might expect, but no, Darth Maul looks great. You can see his robotic legs, and he does, of course, actually get some pants in Clone Wars, so that is nice to see. Very nice paint apps on this guy, very clean. I like the look of those legs, look very good. In terms of articulation, he does have a double ball joint there at the head, so you get lots of range of motion out of that. Then his shoulders do go up to there, and the shoulder armor is pretty thin there, so it does just kind of go underneath this nice soft, this is like a soft plastic kind of robe that he's wearing. Everywhere it's soft plastic, so it moves a little bit. You get that articulation all around, no problem. Just about 90 there, almost a little bit more. Elbow swivel, then wrist swivel, and on this wrist you get the up and down hinge. So pretty good articulation there. And then of course on this wrist, let's see, he is a Jedi, or Sith, so he does get up and down articulation on both hands instead of having one in and out for holding a blaster or whatever. But so very good articulation there. He does have a nice torso articulation in here. So you can actually see this rubber piece here, or flexible plastic, is actually a separate piece from the lower one, but it looks very seamless. So very nice. Then at the hips, he does have your standard hips. So you can kick up very nicely, and all this is flexible, so it moves out of the way. And then of course you rotate that piece around, you can get out to the side, no problem. Would have liked to see this guy with some actual ball joints, but no worries. Then nice thigh swivel there, of course. Nice leg bend, not quite 90 though, due to the design. And then you do get a nice ankle movement up and back and ankle rock. So pretty good articulation, definitely. The only thing he's missing, I would say, is, you know, the new ball joints at the hips. This guy is a little bit older in the release period. You also do get a swivel at the knee as well. That one's less useful, in my opinion. So very nice looking figure. Let's get him in a pose here. Something loose so he can stand up at least. Fresh out of the package, so you know, you always gotta loosen up those joints a little bit. It's a very good looking figure though. He's not wanting to stand for me. Come on, buddy. Getting there, we're getting there. All right, there we go, good enough. Let's see, can you hold, I'm sure you can hold both lightsabers, of course. You can hold one, no problem. Looks pretty good with his standard blade. Then you could, of course, always attach the other side. Get him wielding his full lightsaber there. So that looks pretty awesome indeed. There is Maul. Let's get him over there for now. Now let's take a look at the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain. This guy looked really cool. I just wanted to pick him up because his armor looks pretty sick. And he comes with nice Mandalorian weapons. So card back for this guy. You have a shot of him there from the cartoon. And it looks like they just kind of took out the picture of the clone from somewhere in the cartoon and plopped it into a generic background scene. But looks fine. Again, VC 246, same wave. Actually, no, sorry, this is a different wave. This is the following wave. There you go. All the other figures I have reviewed: Fennec, Shand, and the 332nd Clone Trooper, as well as Ahsoka. Let's check those out. And I will be looking at Din Djarin. Let's get this guy out of the packaging. There we go. Alrighty. Looking very nice. I like the battle damage on there. It's kind of interesting. It looks like a combination between realistic and cartoon style battle damage, but I like it. Let's get these blasters out first. So flexible plastic, no paint, just gray. Very flexible though. Looks nice. Does come with two. Let's get the other one out. There we go. Same thing, of course. And then he does come with a bigger blaster as well. Gotta love the Mandalorian armament. They always got good weapons. Bigger blaster. Nice sculpt on this. Similar to Little Blaster, just obviously bigger. Very cool. I love the sound effects the Mandalorian guns have. They also shoot yellow blasts instead of your typical red or blue. Come on, Maul. What's up, bro? This one ankle is a little too fresh. There we go. It's a bit more back heavy than I would have expected. Should stand though. No problem. Come on. There we go. That's a lot loose pose. Of course, I'm doing this on camera, so this review station isn't always perfectly level everywhere. But good enough. All right. Sorry about that. Let's look at the Super Commando. Very nice looking paint. I love the helmet where it mimics Maul's horns, of course. Yeah, with that look. Kind of fun. And of course, the entire paint pattern mimics Maul's coloring. It's almost like a You know, it's Maul's 332nd force. That was kind of the point, I think. Looking very nice, very nice. Articulation, he's got everything that the previous Mandalorians have, so double joint at the head, very dynamic posing you get out of him. Then he does have, this is a rubbery kind of armor that actually sits underneath the head, so it's not actually attached to the arm, so it allows you for very, very good range at the arm, of course. And then past 90 at the elbow. This guy's got very modern articulation up and down at the wrist on this side, and then this side he has two, actually only has one blaster finger. That's interesting. This should also be a blaster finger since he has two blasters, but this is up and down, but he does not have a trigger finger on that hand. Then he does have ball joints, modern ball joints there. So all the articulation that you could want very easily. Also the upper thigh swivel, knee swivel, and knee bend. And then very good foot articulation. Far superior to Maul, actually. So there you go. Very nicely done Mandalorian. And then for his blasters, you can of course hold little ones, no problem. Both hands. There you go. Looks pretty cool. And this jetpack is the same sculpt as the Death Watch Trooper from the Mandalorian, just with some added red and silver stripes. And the figure itself is largely also the same sculpt. And you do of course get the torso articulation. I feel like I got to mention that, yeah. Very good torso articulation, and you do get a swivel, I believe, at the bottom as well. Yep, waist swivel down here. So this lower piece swivels as well. So very good articulation. And this is like a rubbery piece, actually, of armor that goes over top. So if you wanted to, you could remove it, but that'd be a little bit weird. So there you go. And then these should fit in his holsters. Which side? Oh yeah, nice and snug. Slide in very nicely. Those are not falling out. My only complaint with the ARC Troopers is the holsters are not very tight. These are actually almost a little too tight. These are actually very snug holsters. Interesting. Don't want to put too much pressure because you don't want to bend those guns, but they do sit in there. A little bit tight though, a little tighter than I would like, but better than it being super loose, I think. And then he does have his big blaster. Hold that also, no problem. Get him in a commanding pose. Very nice looking figure. Very nice looking figure. Lots of paint apps on this guy. I love the subtle weathering to his Beskar. It looks fantastic. And just side by side with Maul, who will stand. Come on, he will stand. Not knock over every other figure. It's this foot. This one does not want to. There we go. I didn't really articulate that foot yet, I don't think. There we go. That's what you get with live unboxings, of course. There we go, no problem. You can see him side by side. The Commando actually is a little taller than Maul in terms of, because of his helmet. He just has that appearance of being a little bit taller. But they definitely look pretty awesome together. Maul leading a whole group of these, and you can of course get the standard Maul Mandalorian Trooper. Very, very nice figures. Highly recommend them. Definitely check them out if you're a fan of Clone Wars or Darth Maul. This is a fantastic Darth Maul figure. Of course, you do want to be a fan of Clone Wars because he does have the robot legs instead of your conventional, normal legs that he had in Phantom Menace. But definitely really great figures. Highly recommend them. Check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. See you then.